Luke chapter 6, verses 37 through 38, and I'm reading from the Message. Don't pick on people. Jump on their failures. Criticize their faults. Unless, of course, you want the same treatment. Don't condemn those who are down. That hardness can boomerang. Be easy on people. You will find life a lot easier. Give away your life. You will find life given back. But not merely given back with bonuses and blessings. Giving, not getting, is the way generosity begets generosity. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, are you breaking your chains? You may be seated. Are you breaking your chains? I don't know about you, but some things that I had in 2013, I find myself carrying in 2014. Am I right about it? I'm going to say it one more time. There are some things in my life that I had with me in 2013 that I may not want to face up to it yet, but I still have it in 2014. And in order for me to break the cycle, say cycle, in order for me to break the cycle, I must remember where I came from, but where I want to go. Because if I can't remember where I came from and where I want to go, I will find myself, even though I'm living in 2014, my reality is still 2013. Am I right about it? And so what happens in this virtual cycle, some of us attempt to make New Year's resolutions. You do know what a resolution is. A resolution is a commitment to something that you plan on doing. I mean, you plan on doing it, but how many of you really do it? I'll give you a prime example. I've been going to the gym for many years, and around this time of the year, we call these folk who come to the gym the New Year's resolution people. You know what the New Year's resolution people are, huh? The New Year's resolution people are the ones who pack the gym. But as the months and the days and the weeks and the years go by, you don't see them no more. But they made a New Year's resolution. What they wanted to do miraculously, they did not understand that you can't lose weight in a second. I don't care what the television says. I don't care what the pills tell you. You cannot lose weight in seconds. Just like you cannot lose your habits. Oh, I wish I could get a witness in there. You cannot lose your habits in a second. And the problem with so many of us is we fail to realize that habits have grown on us. And because habits have grown on us, we have to practice on a daily basis getting rid of that habit. Other than that, we'll never break the chain. Now, when we make this resolution, we have to learn how to be resolute. Now, I have to learn how to be resolute on loving you even though I don't love you. Now, did y'all catch that? I'm going to say it one more time. I have to learn how to become resolute on loving you. Now we say, I can forgive you. Am I right? We say, I can forgive you, but I won't forget. And because I won't forget, I really can't forgive. I'm going to say it one more time. Because I don't forget, I can't forgive. You think I'm lying? Watch this. When you ask Jesus for forgiveness of your sins, what does he do? What does he do? I can't hear y'all. What does he do? He forgives, and what else does he do? Why does he forget? Because why does he forget? Can somebody tell me right quick? And then I'm going to give you the real answer. Why does he forget? The reason why he forgets is so that you can be free from what you did. Do I need to say that again? The reason why he forgets is so that you can be free from what you've done. Because if you can't be free from what you've done, you're not forgiven. And if you're not forgiven, then you can't be saved under his blood. Am I in somebody's house? So then, get this good. Get this good. We as a church family, look at your neighbor and say, we as a church family all have issues. I can't hear you. All have issues. Say it one more time. All have issues. And because we all have issues, when we do something to somebody and they say, I am sorry, what are we supposed to do? What, Lisa? I can't hear y'all. What? Forgive and forget. Ooh. We're supposed to forgive and forget. But, look at your neighbor, there's that conjunction. But, say it like you mean it. But, no, say but. Now, watch this. I know somebody can testify. When you make a mistake, or when you try to tell somebody what they should do lovingly, in the back of your mind or somebody else, he think he's so. I remember. If I'm wrong, tell me. And because you remember when that person is unable to help you, I'm going to say it one more time. Because you remember when that person is unable to help you. And let me tell you what else you have done. You have stopped that person from being a true disciple of Christ. Did y'all hear what I just said? Y'all really didn't catch that. You'll catch it next week. I'm going to say it one more time. Because you remember when you become responsible for not allowing that person to become the disciple that God wants him to be, because God says, once I am converted, I'm supposed to strengthen the brethren. Is that a word? I'm supposed to strengthen the brethren. So then, inside the walls of the church, there is something that somebody has done that you are going through, where they could aid you go through what you are going through. But because you remember how they used to be, you say, who you talking to? So then, if you don't allow me to break my chain, how do I break my chain? Here comes the issue. The issue becomes simply like this. I become stagnant. Because I know I'm supposed to be at a certain place at a certain time, but I become stagnant, which means I sit where I have been sitting. You think I'm lying? Listen, members in this church can tell you when I miss you or how I'll miss you. Kim's not here today. I'm just going to call out a few names. Kim's not here today. You know where she sits? Right over there. There's some folk that's, I'm not going to call her name because she might get upset, but she ain't here today. She sits almost where David is sitting, but just up a little bit, and she ain't here today either. Now, Alicia Owens sits up in the balcony over there to the right. Now, if she ever moved from over to that spot, I wouldn't know where she was. Rebecca is sitting in the wrong position. Am I right, Rebecca? I know I'm right. I know I'm right. So then what I'm trying to tell you is that Pastor knows that you are creatures of habit. And when you change your position, Pastor starts, wait. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with us breaking our habits, breaking our chains. We have to change our position. The same friends that you had that got you into trouble, you can't hang with them folk no more. If he didn't love you last week, what's going to make him love you today? If he messed over you 2 weeks ago, he going to slap you 3 weeks from now. Kick him to the curb. Am I up in here? If he didn't get a job last month or last year, what make you think he going to get a job this year? I'm talking about breaking the chains. Watch this. Watch this. What makes me do my habit less? Or what makes me do my habit more? Y'all know how, I'm in this teaching mode for a while. I'll preach out there. Answer that question. What makes me do my habit less, or what makes me do my habit more? Is that Shivani over there? Come here, baby. Watch this. Watch this. You look real nice today, Shivani. You look real nice. Now, if I want to get rid of a habit, I want to learn how to do it less, right? What will make me do my habit less? Say that again.
Doing something different.
Give her a hand. You can go sit down. Doing something different. Doing what? But if I keep thinking about that and I get depressed, what happens? I'm going to do it again. And watch what happens. The devil says, I want to make him or her do it more again. then less. Because the more he or she does it, the more he or she thinks that he can't ever overcome it. And if he can't or she can't overcome it, then what takes place is, in my mind, mentally and spiritually, I say the devil is right. And then I come to the church and I ask for help from the church, and the church says, I ain't going to help him no more. I ain't going to help her no more because she going to do it again. If I'm wrong, tell me. Am I right? And so then what happens is the cycle gets so bad within me that I find myself broken down. But here is where the good thing comes in. Jesus says to Peter in Acts, he says, Peter, the devil desires to have you as chaff in the wind. But I'm praying for you. Y'all missed that. But I'm praying for you. And after I have prayed for you, you strengthen the brethren. Which means that you don't know it, but you have already overcome it because I prayed for you. You're living in your past, but I'm living in your future. Can I say it again one more time? You are living in your past, but I'm living in your future. I'm going to restore you before you even know you're restored. That's deep, ain't it? I'm going to restore you before you even know you're restored. I'm closing. I'm listening to Discovery Channel. Where's my musicians? And y'all do know everything I look at, I turn into a sermon. But anyhow, there was this documentation about this baby eaglet that somebody had found and gave it to I don't know if some of you saw it, but gave it to the people who love birds. And apparently this eagle really didn't know what an eagle was or what an eagle ought to be. I'm talking about restoring. Didn't know he didn't know he was an eagle. And so as he got older, he didn't know he could fly. He just walked around. But I'm talking about being restored. And they were trying to figure out all kinds of ways to make the eagle be an eagle. He was a eagle, a real eagle, but he didn't have the eagleness inside of him. Ain't that a word? He was an eagle, but he didn't have the eagleness inside of him. In other words, he didn't know how an eagle was supposed to act. And so somebody decided that what they would do is to make this eagle know what an eagle ought to do, maybe they should show him a picture of an eagle. And so they showed him the picture of the eagle, but the eagle still didn't respond. You know, we can see pictures of things, but that don't make us want to change. And so somebody else came up with the idea, said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to show the eagle a video clip of how the eagle should be and how the eagle should fly, sometimes you have to prepare somebody to see what they ought to be and what they ought to do in order to restore them. And so they put this huge video clip, and everywhere the eagle would turn around and look, he would look and he would see himself flying. That's how God is. God sees us flying before we ever start flying. And so they decided that they would let the eagle out of the surroundings that he was in, and they let the eagle out, and they put the eagle on the perch, and they showed the eagle a video clip one more time of what an eagle ought to do. And they watched the eagle, and the eagle just sat for a while, and then all of a sudden the eagle began to flap his wings. You know, when you get this little faith in you and how God has helped you in times past, you get this little strength, this little power inside of you that lets you know that God can fix it for y'all. Y'all can't shout with me. And that eagle started doing like this, and then all of a sudden, the eagle jumps up, but he falls. And the people say, uh-oh. They pick the eagle back up. You know, we got to have people in our lives that will pick you back up when you fall. You got to have people in your life that will just pick you up when you fall. And they pick the eagle back up, and they put the eagle back on the perch. And the eagle flapped his wings again. Flapped his wings again. And the eagle jumped. And when he jumped this time, guess what he did? He started flying. That's how it is with God. God will hold you and help you until you're able to fly, because God is the God who says, I may not be the one you want, but I'm sure the one you need. Just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. And so I break my chains. Number one, changing my surroundings. I break my chains, forgetting. Paul says, I forget those, I press towards the mark of the high calling, forgetting those things which were behind me. I press towards the mark of the prize of the high calling. And then I remember Jesus Christ, who stands before the Father. And he is able to present each and every one of us faultless before the Father with exceedingly great joy. And so now I am free. Now my question to you is, are you free? Think about it. I walk out this door. Am I free? I walk out this door. Am I going to be tempted? The answer to the question is yes. If I walk out this door, will I might fall? The answer is yes. But here comes the pivotal question. Will I get back up when I fall? And will I be able to have a church family that will understand that I can fall, but you will help me get back up? And you won't talk about me, and you will love me, and you will take care of me. That's the question. That's the question. And so when I look around, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that God is able to keep me from falling.